David Cameron's political party is deeply unpopular in Scotland, although plenty of Scottish people do share his view that the breakup of the United Kingdom would be a disaster. So here he was, north of the border, his first intervention as British Prime Minister, urging Scotland not to create history by voting for independence.
I'm not saying that Scotland couldn't make it on her own. Of course, Scotland could, just as England could. But I dearly hope that this doesn't happen. I believe in the United Kingdom, head, heart and soul.
Half a world away in Westminster, they're watching all this fearfully. Here, historical figures like Robert Clive, who subjugated India for the British, are celebrated. Independence would raise a terrifying prospect for people who believe in Britain, that the last whispers of empire might fade away entirely. Britain has always been a very small country with a very loud voice, and all of the diplomatic direction has come out of this building, the Foreign and Commonwealth Office in London. Well, if David Cameron doesn't have his way, and the Scots do decide to go it alone, then that would completely undermine Britain's place on the world stage, because the Scottish nationalists see themselves as victims of empire, and it's that would underwrite their own foreign policy. The Scottish nationalists, for instance, are extremely concerned about the current row between Britain and Argentina over the Falklands, and have told Al Jazeera they would resist Scottish soldiers being sent back to conflict there. They would also leave NATO and expel the Navy's nuclear submarines from their waters.
Thank you very much, Nicola.
At the recent unveiling of their consultation document on independence, reporters from nearly 20 countries turned up. Basque reporters from Spain, Azeris and Armenians who are fighting over Nagorno-Karabakh. Parts of the world which have their own independence struggles are intrigued by the idea of a major Western power splitting in half.
Where you cooperate, where things are sanctioned by the United Nations, where they carry the assent of the international community, then of course Scotland would be a willing partner with our allies.
But it wouldn't bother you if all this meant that Britain lost its seat at the high table at the United Nations, because it just simply wouldn't be the United Kingdom anymore?
No, I don't consider that's a likely outcome. I consider far more, if there's a redistribution of power in the United Nations, it's going to be because of the rising power of other nations.
David Cameron and Alex Salmond absolutely hate each other. They're both consummate politicians, but only one can win this battle for identity. The referendum's more than 2 years away, but it'll be on their mind every single day between now and then. Lawrence Lee, Al Jazeera, in London.